We all have favorite foods, and one of mine is this lasagna that I'm going to do. Now, everybody has a good lasagna recipe, but I wish you would really try this. I think you'll like it. We're going to take 1 pound of 85-15 hamburger. We're going to brown that along with 1 chopped up medium onion. And while that browns, I'm going to make my spice for the lasagna. It is half a cup of sea salt or kosher salt, half a cup kosher salt, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, and 1 teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm just going to mix that together. And you want to mix this to where that it's really even, because this is going to be your spice that goes into your sauce. Okay, we have grated up some cheese here to use later. And now we're going to begin to make the filling while our onion and meat browns. We're going to take 2 eggs. Whoa, and make a mess. Maybe Michael won't see that. And I'm going to stir them up a little bit. And to them, I'm going to add 2 cups of cottage cheese. Now I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. My 2 cups of cottage cheese. I'm going to add 2 teaspoonfuls of, I'm using dry parsley. Now you can use fresh if you want, and you would only use 1 teaspoon if you was going to use fresh, but with the dry, we're going to use 2. A teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of the mixture that we put together there. And I'm going to mix that all up. And this will be ready to layer whenever my meat is finished. Now we have gotten the lasagna that we are using is called oven ready, which means you do not have to boil and soften it first. You can just use it. And in this recipe, this works much best. I have gotten all of the pink out of the meat. My onions have softened, and to that I am going to add 1 14-ounce can of petite diced tomatoes. 1, I'm going to have to get something smaller to get that out with, 1 6-ounce of tomato paste. And 1 7/8-ounce can of tomato sauce. And we're just going to cook this until it's all nice and blended. We're going to let it cook for about 3 minutes. Okay, I have thoroughly mixed that, and it is beginning to come to a boil. I'm going to turn my heat off. Now I'm going to add 1 drained teaspoon of garlic, minced garlic, to this, and 1 8-ounce package of Parmesan cheese to that mixture. Okay, I'm going to set this off of the heat just because I have a electric stove and it stays warm longer than if you just turn the heat off on a gas stove. And I do not want it to keep cooking. Okay. I have here an 9x12 pan that I have sprayed with oil, and in the bottom of that I'm going to put just enough of this to where that I can spread it out a little bit. This makes it easier to get out of your pan whenever you begin cutting into your noodles. And I'm going to layer my noodles in there. And then I'm going to put some of our cheese mixture. We're going to put about 1/3 of it on this layer. And I'm going to take some of this. This is the shredded cheddar cheese. And I'm going to sprinkle some of that on top. And you can be generous. We're just going to try to even this up a little bit so that all 3 layers has some of all of the cheeses on it. You want to make sure that when you cut into it, everybody has some of all the cheese. And we're also going to add about 1/3 of the mozzarella. And we're going to put some more meat on top of that. We're going to continue layering, and it usually you will have about 3 layers. You'll have 2 rows of your noodles, and the rest of it will be cheese, your meat mixture, and your cream. Okay, I'm putting the rest of the mozzarella on there. Any of the other cheeses that you have left over, you can put those on there. I have heated my oven to 375, and I'm now going to put this in the oven uncovered for anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, our time is up. As you can see, the cheese has melted well on top of it. Now, before we cut it and serve it, we're going to let it sit here for 5 minutes. Okay, we have allowed 5 minutes. Now, if you let it sit, the longer you let it sit, the more it will set up and become more solid. But it has been 5 minutes. I've cut my line down through there to kind of follow by, and we're going to have some good old lasagna. Thank you for watching.